Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Before I present my ministerial statement in relation to the state visit to the People's Republic of China, may I, sir, offer words of condolences to Maoridom on the passing of His Majesty, the King, the Maori King, last week. He was a great friend of Fiji. He made a special request to visit Turangambal Nabuniwalu, Ombau, when he visited, and responded favorably to the invitation of the Honorable Minister of Itoke Affairs and to be present at the Council of Chiefs meeting in Deumba. Also made himself available and responded positively to the kind invitation from His Excellency the President to be at a dinner in State House, which I was honored to have hosted. Our condolences go to the people of New Zealand, the Maori people of New Zealand, and would like to also record our appreciation to the Maori people of New Zealand for their role in the development of sports in Fiji, particularly the days of the Maori All Blacks. And we have a special place also in our relationship with the Maori people. In that, one of our late chiefs, Ratu Chale Wesawa, who found it difficult to join the forces of colonial forces of the time, and applied to join the Maori battalion. But he had to have a European name, or an English name. So by deed poll, he added Wimbledon, and gave him the qualification to join the Maori battalion that fought in Palestine at the time until the end of the war, when he returned to Fiji. So we have that special relationship, and we would like to honor him with our letter of condolences, and you'll probably be getting an application from the Minister of Itoke Affairs later on to be excused from a day sitting to represent the government at his funeral later this week. Mr. Speaker, sir, the visit to the People's Republic of China was a great demonstration of the friendship that we enjoy with this great power, not only economic, but also military and political power in the world. And I acknowledge, Mr. Speaker, sir, the presence of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China here in Fiji. May I be allowed to use this? Honorable Ministers and Assistant Ministers, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, those listening in, Sambulwinag, and a very good morning to you all. My friend, His Excellency, Zojan, thank you for your very kind invitation and facilitating the visit to your great country. Also greet those who are watching us on television and live stream or listening in to the radio. Mr. Speaker, sir, I've addressed your chair, your position in addressing our condolences to the people of New Zealand, the late King, and dispatching a condolence letter through the High Commission in New Zealand, our High Commission, Rotunoke. There was an earthquake in Tonga on the day he died. We felt it. I thought there was going to be some siren, but they're so used to it in Tonga. And they said, no siren. The Prime Minister said, no, you only get the siren when there is a tsunami, a warning. Oh, what about buildings crashing? He didn't have an answer to that. As I said, he was a dedicated leader and a friend to the leaders and chiefs of Fiji. He also joined the chiefs of the Pacific in their gathering in Hawaii. But Mr. Speaker, sir, coming back to the ministerial statement and acknowledging the presence of His Excellency, the Ambassador this morning, I also watched the television program last night where our representative, Robert Lee, spoke on Chinese TV. I was proud to describe our ambassador to China, His Excellency Robert Lee, to President Xi Jinping as an ethnically Chinese descendant from Fiji, one of the many successful ones of the Chinese families we now have in Fiji. We're now Fijian citizens. The bilateral relationship we have with the People's Republic of China is founded on mutual respect and cooperation, and we observe the One China policy. It has been a key pillar of our bilateral relationship since 1973. Since assuming office in 2022, Mr. Speaker, sir, my primary goal has been to strengthen relationships with Fiji's bilateral and multilateral development partners. The ultimate goal is to restore Fiji's position on the global stage as friends to all and enemies to none, fortifying our foreign policy principles of sovereignty, security, and prosperity. I'm proud to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, that these are also the principles that guide the leadership of His Excellency President Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China. In that spirit, I've been keen to deepen the ties with the People's Republic of China and was honored to accept their very gracious invitation extended by the Premier Li Qiang, for the official visit to be conducted from the 12th to the 21st of August. Mr. Speaker, sir, the visit marked a significant step in strengthening that bilateral relations. And we also explored new avenues of cooperation to benefit our nations and people. Mr. Speaker, the Republic of Fiji recognizes the People's Republic of China as the sole legal government of China, in line with the United Nations resolution on the One China principle. China's long-standing relationship with Fiji as a true friend who stands firm, particularly when we face difficult periods of isolation from traditional partners following our own political upheavals here in Fiji. You'll recall, Mr. Speaker, sir, that after 1987, when everybody turned away, China stayed. That's when we started the Look North policy internationally. Locally, we had our Look North policy for Bonolep. Mr. Speaker, sir, for my delegation and I, the official visit was both humbling and very thought-provoking. The visit gave me the privilege to witness for myself the remarkable progress that has been achieved by China in just 3 decades since my previous state visit in 1994. In 30 years, China has experienced an unprecedented transformation. Since 1994, China's gross domestic product, or GDP, has increased from just over $560 billion to a remarkable $18.5 trillion today. That's US dollars, sir. This is testament to China's strategic vision, innovation, and pursuit of economic development. In the same period, China has elevated its GDP per capita from a modest US $470 to now at around US $13,000. That's per capita, Mr. Speaker, sir. This has translated to a significant improvement in the standard of living of the Chinese people. This achievement is even more impressive given China's population, which has grown from approximately 1.2 billion in 1994 to over 1.4 billion today. China has significantly reduced its poverty rate, lifting hundreds of millions out of poverty, from poverty alleviation to poverty eradication. I was given a book written by the man himself, President Xi Jinping. It's Up and Out of Poverty. It's a great reading for all leaders and aspiring leaders. China has significantly reduced its poverty rate, lifting hundreds of millions out of poverty in that program. In comparison, Mr. Speaker, sir, while Fiji has also made significant strides in its own economic development, it is on a different scale, much different scale. Fiji's own GDP has grown from US $1.9 billion in 1994 to approximately $5.8 billion today. He has not looked angrily at me to say that I'm wrong, so I believe it's correct. Our GDP per capita has similarly improved, Mr. Speaker, sir, increasing from around $2,500 US in 1994 to over $6,200 US today. These figures reflect steady progress in a country with a population that has grown from just under 750,000 in 1994 to around 980,000 today. While our progress is notable, a comparison to the People's Republic of China highlights the significant difference in scale and speed of development between our two countries. This highlights the importance of recognizing our unique challenges and the need to continuously adapt and learn from global success stories. Mr. Speaker, sir, my delegation and I witnessed the once impoverished villages become communities where residents have grown healthier and wealthier through strong leadership and commitment in the implementation of policy. Mr. Speaker, the remarkable development progress of China is largely attributed to a fundamental shift in the mindset of its people. Seeing the great progress made to lift these communities out of poverty, I was reminded of the Chinese proverb, and I quoted this to them. And they smiled that we know. And I quote, "Give a man a fish, and you fed him for the day. Teach him how to fish, then you fed him for the rest of his life." Unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, what we witnessed in China is that the government provided the necessary enabling environment, while it was the people that truly drove development progress. The official visit to China's Yunnan and Fujian and Zhejiang provinces, this visit started with, the whole visit started with the visit to those three provinces. Our visit to the three provinces provided valuable insight into China's ongoing development efforts and facilitated deep and considered analysis of our own development history, our own development journey. I traveled by bullet train, Mr. Speaker, and we were almost running late. I thought, has somebody contacted the driver? And they told me, no, there's no driver. Oh. Mr. Speaker, sir, each province showcased unique strength and innovation that can serve as lessons for all small island economies, particularly in areas such as poverty alleviation and sustainable development. In Yunnan province, Mr. Speaker, sir, I was deeply moved by the infrastructure development and connectivity that have been established to uplift rural economies and rural communities. Yunnan province, the most ethnically diverse province in the People's Republic of China, with 51 ethnic groups. The achievements made in alleviation and in some cases eradicating poverty is impressive. It is instructive and commendable that the government of China has endeavored to ensure that really no one is left behind. My delegation and I witnessed this in the minority ethnic villages in Yunnan who have been lifted out of poverty in a steady, focused, and tailored program of interventions over the last 30 years. Our visit to Malipo County in Yunnan was eye-opening, and we witnessed firsthand how modern infrastructure has transformed the once poverty-stricken country, helping to lift its residents out of poverty. Basic infrastructure such as roads, housing, and healthcare facilities are not just symbols of progress, but also links that connect the rural population to opportunities for a better future. That experience, Mr. Speaker, sir, reinforced my belief in the importance of investing and in revitalizing the rural and interior and maritime zones economies in Fiji to ensure a level playing field for economic prosperity for all citizens. Fujian province, Mr. Speaker, sir, our visit to Fujian showcased the innovative technological developments that are driving China's economic growth. State-of-the-art logistics, software, and automation systems at the Xiamen port have made it one of the world's busiest ports, ranked in the top 20 in the world at 13th place, receiving an average of 45 vessels daily. Again, I saw cranes and all these machines on the wharf, and I was looking to see if there was any operators. Then they took me to the room where young men and women were operating those cranes and things that they were working on the wharf. Nobody on the plant themselves. Given its advanced infrastructure and strategic location, Yemen Port plays a critical role in fostering economic integration across the maritime Silk Road trade between Asia, Europe, and Africa. Mr. Speaker, sir, my delegation and I witnessed firsthand how China is committed to reducing its carbon footprint. It is a lesson not only for Fiji, but for the rest of the world. I've been hijacked by time, but I will stop here. But I would like to pay my respects again to His Excellency, the Ambassador, the leadership, political and community leadership of China, and I'd like to commit to them the friendship and also the understanding of the government and the people of Fiji to assure the future of peace, security, and development. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.